Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I hope you're exceedingly well. In this video, I'm going to cover the price action that occurred on Bitcoin over the last day. And I'm also going to look at the very, very important levels, or the critical levels, that Bitcoin has to hold going into the weekend and the next couple of days for the price to continue higher, and also the resistance levels that are above us. There's certain levels that if they don't hold, we're going to go lower. And I always say trade the ranges until they break. So I'm going to show you the range that we're in, the trades that you could possibly take. And it's very important to have a plan before going into the weekend and knowing if price goes to certain levels and you see a reaction, what to do at those levels. So with that, let's get into the charts. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we had a swing failure pattern of that $25,214 high. And last night, I actually took this trade based on the order flow. So here you have a 5-minute chart on the Atos platform. And as you can see, coming into that $25,287 high, we had a lot of longs entering into it. I remember looking at the half-an-hour candle and the 5-minute candle at the same time, and there were a lot of longs foaming in at the top. You can see $1 million buys all the way up there and all the way up 1.2. So you could see even on this 5-minute candle and going into this high that we had a delta of 4.9 million, 6 million, 15 million, 1.8, 10 million going into those candles. So those were longs all going in at the top of the candles and potentially getting trapped. So I waited for price to, or the order flow to turn negative here. And as I saw a lot of sales coming in, I put in a market order and I got in on that price action. Unfortunately, I had placed my stops in profit, and I got stopped out of the trade. What I should have done is I should have waited for price to come down, and at one stage, price actually came down to VWAP. I think it was actually to that $24,300 area. I should have taken a small percentage of profit just to cover my fees, and then put my stops at entry, and that would have been a good trade. So learn from that. So let's look at the levels that are going to be important going into the weekend. So as we can see, we had a previous range here, and if I pull a fixed range on TradingView, you'll actually see where the value area high is, around that $23,270 area. And looking at Atos, if we look at where our TPOs are, or our NPOCs, very important to see where they are. So on the daily time frame, there's a lot of volume or naked point of controls. That's a point of control, in other words, where a lot of volume has taken place, or a lot of price action has transacted. So at that $22,700 area, 22,800, that is untapped. So very possible for price to come down, tap that area and bounce. But if that area doesn't hold, obviously we're going to see low, and I'll show you on the TradingView charts as well. The other very important area is this $24,600 area. As you can see, yesterday's price action, that is where the point of control is, and it's a naked point of control because that has not been tapped. So you can see from the gray here, that's a volume point of control, and the brown is a time point of control. So yeah, very, very important to make sure that those ranges are going to be respected. So you can see if I put on I've actually marked those areas on my chart. There's my naked point of control, 24,655 to the upside. So I'll wait for price to go up there. You can see my alert has been set, and wait for a reaction there. Very, very important. Don't just blindly set limit orders. Wait for price to come there. If you don't have Atos or some kind of order flow software, make sure you see a reaction and a market structure change. So I'll look to possibly take a short there. If that area doesn't hold, then I will look for another swing failure pattern of that high. But once again, very important to make sure there's a reaction in the chart, because we could go straight through, and the levels above, if I turn on my high time frame levels, you can see there's a little bit of support here at $26,000. We've also got a fib golden pocket resistance right in that area, but there's not a lot of support. So above that, I'd be looking at $28,000, $30,000. But as I said, very, very important to trade the levels until they break. Don't just have a bias. Look at the chart, and you should be able to change your bias as you go along. By the way, check out my links in the description for Bybit. I'm a Bybit trader. In the near future, I'm going to be actually creating a Discord and teaching people how to trade for free. But the prerequisite is that you trade on my links. So it's for free, but I will be getting commissions from the trades if you use my link. So please support the channel and go ahead, check out the links in the description. Let's continue. So to the downside from where we are at the moment, that $22,600 area is very, very important. Why? Previous ranges value area low. And if you have the pro version of TradingView, you can turn on your session volume control or session volume profile. And as you can see, at the moment, we are trading in this tiny little range, and that is a scalpable range. So if you make sure that at that value area high is a rejection, you can take a short there. Value area low, there is a bounce, you can take a long there. So today there's been about 4 opportunities, scalping opportunities, from that low to that high, short there, to that low, long there. So I wouldn't continue doing this for too much longer, because obviously that is going to break at some stage, and I don't expect that to hold. So areas of resistance on the volume profile, right here at the $24,000 area. But the major one, again, there's an MPOC, previous range POC. And if we turn on our high time frame levels, you can see we've got a daily here at 24,000. So watch for a reaction there. Also coming to the downside, we've got a daily here at the $22,600 level. So very, very important. Again, yeah, not financial advice. I'm going to be scalping this little range until it breaks, and I will be watching the reaction when price comes down to this point at 22,600. It's a kind of a zone, because you can see there's a lot of liquidity in that area. So also, if I put on my previous month levels, there are some levels at that $23,200 area. So there's a lot of scenarios that could play out. So be very aware of these levels. Set your alerts. You can see I've set my alerts at various places on the chart here. And important to watch the reaction. As I said, don't blindly go and set your limit orders. And yeah, so just in summary, let's switch off these NPOCs and these levels. I'm going to switch on my key levels so you can see where those key levels are. As I said, that $24,700 area, very, very important. We've got an NPOC there. We could have a swing failure pattern of that high, so look out for that. So lots of trading opportunities, $22,600 area. If we lose this as support, let's say we come and retest this as support and go straight through, retest this as resistance, we got to look to the next area of support, which is in that $21,469 area. So if I turn on my MPOCs, there is a zone there. And remember that MPOCs are an area of liquidity. Literally, its price is drawn like a magnet to these NPOCs and to these areas of liquidity. So be aware of those levels. Make sure you're safe in your trading. Make sure you have risk management in place. Set stop losses. And very quick update. I will be doing some more updates in the near future. So check out the links in the description for Bybit. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.